Diddy may have been getting his way and enjoying being shielded in Hollywood, but all of that is coming to an end faster than anyone expected. Even Diddy himself will be shocked at the list of celebrities pulling out of his tent while he's going through what seems to be the toughest phase of his life. The next rapper ready to go head-to-head with Diddy is Eminem. Eminem isn't taking any chances. He's spilling the whole tea on Diddy's shady dealings and dropping receipts to prove he's telling the truth. To be fair, Eminem and Diddy's friendship has not been so tight since their debut in the music industry back in the day, so it's not like Eminem owes Diddy any loyalty. And to describe the type of person Eminem has been in the industry, he has never tried to form relationships or brotherhood with anyone. He always prefers to be by himself or keep his friends at arm's length. Even his relationship with his supposed best friend, Dr. Dre, has its boundaries. Anyway, Eminem may have loved to watch the things that go on in the industry from a mile away, but don't be mistaken, he knows everything that goes on the inside. So while everyone has a couple of things to say about Diddy, Eminem also doesn't want that chance to pass him by. He's taking it and giving the public a good look at Diddy's behind-the-scenes shenanigans. Okay, before we get caught up in Eminem's revelation about Diddy's wild lifestyle, y'all may want to know a little bit of what has transpired between these two in the past. Diddy may not be the best rapper in the industry from the 90s, but no one can deny how he managed to infiltrate himself into every gang or group that came up then. If any gang or group weren't allowing Diddy, he saw them as a threat and tried to take them out. Yeah, you heard that right. Allegedly, Diddy is that brutal and doesn't hesitate to melt irredeemable consequences on those who weren't ready to follow his lead. We will come back to that pretty soon. Since way back, Diddy and Eminem have shared a fairly good relationship, at least in front of the cameras and with the public. But no one knows what happens when the doors are closed. So in 2018, when Eminem responded to Machine Gun Kelly's diss track with another diss track, which ended the feud between them, everyone was wondering what Eminem meant when he dropped a lyric related to Diddy. No one knew what led to Machine Gun Kelly calling out Eminem's name for beef. But after Eminem's reply, he knew better than he shouldn't have tried it. If you're anxious about the lyrics we are talking about, it goes like this. Kells, the day you put out a hit's the day Diddy admits that he put the hit out that got Pac killed. Ah. Oh well, that came out of nowhere if we think about it. But if we are going to think about Eminem's lyrics on the diss track logically, well, that's a story that needs more light to be shed upon. Interestingly, Eminem later publicly mentioned that he was joking about the lyrics, saying, "And I'm just playing, Diddy, you know I love you." Okay, Eminem, we don't believe that it was just a joke. Real fans of Eminem know how hard his bars go. So if he said something like that, it definitely didn't come out of nowhere. He was trying to tell the public something. However, Eminem's lyric about Diddy calling the shots on Tupac's murder isn't something off the top of his head. There is more to it. Connecting the dots will make you realize Eminem dropped a coded lyric for the public to decode and point fingers at the right person about Tupac's murder. You might want to buckle up because the bombshell about to be dropped will make you see Diddy differently. Everyone is familiar with popular former Crips gang member Keefe D getting arrested in connection to Tupac's death in September 1996. Well, Keefe D already revealed to the police several years ago that he and his gang were just the hitmen, and they were not the ones who wanted Tupac dead. According to Keefe D, Diddy allegedly wanted to take Tupac out of the game. Well, we can all agree that he successfully did, and over 2 decades later, Diddy is yet to pay for it. So why was Diddy so interested in ending Tupac's life, even if it meant paying Keefe D and his gang off for the job? The reason is not so twisted, but it's unnecessary. While the East Coast-West Coast beef went on for a long time, the public enjoyed the rap scene that served the drama. But Diddy took it to heart more than anyone else involved in the feud. Tupac released the Hit 'Em Up diss track to throw dirt on the East Coast gang, as they've always done in their back-and-forth feud, so the public was feeling it. But it angered Diddy, and he felt Tupac had overstepped his boundaries. So it was game over. So here it gets tricky. Keefe D already blew the cover on Diddy about allegedly being the mastermind of the crime. Other rappers have also hinted at the same claim. And to top it all off, Eminem, who isn't one of the rappers interested in breeding feuds with anyone, also hinted at the same thing. It's about time to take the claim seriously. These rappers may be scared about what Diddy could do to them or their families, but they have never stopped to drop hints about Tupac's murder in 1996. If you're still unconvinced, wait until you hear the next jaw-dropping incident linked to Diddy. Tupac was murdered in a drive-by shooting in 1996. Notorious B.I.G., who was Tupac's original enemy in the beef and was Diddy's partner, also got murdered in a drive-by shooting less than a year after Tupac's death. If you're confused, this is the explanation. Biggie wasn't so much of a gangster as much as the rest of the members of the gangs. So Biggie could have lost his life in a similar way Tupac did after he must have allegedly went against Diddy's decision to take Tupac out. Biggie, who was more of a softie, couldn't stomach the brutal incident, so he was also made to kick the bucket so as to not to snitch on Diddy. So circling back to Eminem exposing Diddy in his lyrics, which he claimed to be a joke, well, Diddy also had a response for Eminem. In a now-deleted episode of the Joe Budden YouTube podcast that Diddy was featured in, he dropped a subtle shade at Eminem for exposing him the way he did. According to Diddy, he claimed that he had handled it privately. Diddy went a bit further and said there was nothing to say about the situation, and it was in his hands. He ended his statement with, "He's wild," referring to Eminem. So what did Diddy mean by saying Eminem was wild? Was he trying to say Eminem was wild for letting out his secret? Or did he mean Eminem would pay dearly for it? That would be between both of them. But the public knows Eminem's lyric wasn't a joke, and Diddy's response was, in fact, not a normal one. Moving on, Eminem might choose to throw shade at Diddy directly, but there's 50 Cent, who never does it in secret. 50 Cent has been so bold and confident about his hatred for Diddy for many years now, and it's not changing anytime soon. While Eminem is still throwing subtle hints to tell the public that Sean Puffy Combs is a dangerous person, 50 Cent sings it like a song every chance he gets. Aside from 50 Cent using his social media accounts to promote his business and post lifestyle, Diddy is next on his list to get posted on all his social media platforms, whether it's on X or Instagram. 50 Cent always has something to say about Diddy.
Can't buy it. This is why he's fighting Drake. When you hit Drake, because he used the beat that he didn't actually use.
0 to 100.
Right, you see what I'm saying? So if he heard it, and then he heard Drake's use it, but it wasn't a hit yet until Drake put the lines on it. And he's upset about that because he can't hear it, but he felt like he took something.
However, the things 50 Cent has been talking about for years concerning Diddy seem to finally be coming out with the recent updates on Diddy's story. But people would say he was never his fan, and that was the reason they had a fallout. Not because Diddy was a bad person. Guess what? Diddy always has issues with almost everyone around him. No one believed Diddy would ever have a feud with Drake, but it's Diddy. So that happened. Diddy and Drake used to be like best of friends, but that boat seemed to have capsized. Y'all may want to know what caused the rift between them, so you'll judge if it warranted Diddy clocking on Drake the way he did. The popular Drake track 0 to 100 led to his and Diddy's brawl. So the tea was that Drake and Diddy had produced a song, but Diddy wasn't interested in putting it out until Drake did, and the track made good numbers in the charts. Diddy still tried to play it cool until the song got nominated for a Grammy. Okay, that was out of pocket for the Bad Boy Records CEO. He felt he got cheated, even though that wasn't the case. One thing led to the other, and when things got heated at a party that both Diddy and Drake were present at, hands were flying, and things got ugly.
Everybody been knew Drake was soft and Diddy was insane. They was at a party once. Diddy said, "Drizzy!" Drake said, "Huh?" Boom! Smacks that boy. Diddy puts his hands on him. The crowd went, Now, how Drake be talking in his songs, the crowd was like, "Do you know who you're messing with, Diddy?" That's the sixth god himself.
The breakdown of the fight made the public choose to be on Drake's side. Anyway, when Diddy got questioned about the beef between him and Drake, he claimed they were cool, also saying he didn't put his hands on Drake, and it was all just a big misunderstanding.
Not putting hands on Drake.
Oh.
And I do not want any problems with Drake.
Yeah, what happened to the beat, the 0 to 100? They said that was your record at first. Was there any truth to that? Even there was a clip of you at the club.
Yeah. There was a 0 to 100 was initially, was my record, and then somehow that became.
Okay, Puffy. It's always misunderstandings and jokes, but things seem deeper than what Diddy tells us about. While 50 Cent is doing the Lord's work and constantly exposing Diddy with the details he knows about him, there's a man who has all of Diddy's dark secrets locked up in his head. That man is Fonzworth Bentley. Fonzworth Bentley used to be Diddy's personal assistant and also a rapper. so he was the closest to Diddy and knew all the dealings that were going on behind the scenes. Y'all should know Farnsworth just opted out of the whole industry and Diddy's shenanigans and left. He didn't bother to look back on his career or his job with Diddy. Word on the street is that Farnsworth must have witnessed really unsettling and disturbing events behind closed doors and made the right choice to keep himself safe. Rumors circulating are that if the public wants to get to the root of Diddy's dark secrets, we may have to get Farnsworth on the stand, or better still, on a video recording. But will Farnsworth ever be willing to do that? He must have left for a reason, so it's almost impossible to think he would be willing to forget that reason just to expose Diddy. Diddy may just be riling up the people who could really expose his shady dealings, and it would be game over. But with Diddy, it's never say never. So do you think Eminem was genuinely trying to expose Diddy for calling the shots on Tupac's death? Or do you think it was a joke, as Eminem had mentioned? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel or turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on celebrity news updates.